Welcome to Grumpy Wolf Reacts. I am Grumpy Wolf. Thank you very much for coming by today. Today I will be doing a rewatch reaction of Money Ties. I have done a reaction to someone else reacting to it, but with what I'm trying to do now, I'm going back to the songs I've done and I'm doing singing at the end. Y'all don't have to listen to it, that's more for me, but I'm attaching it to my reaction videos. I'll warn y'all before I get there, so if you don't want to hear that, you could leave. No offense if you leave. Please don't put any negative comments down below. With that being said, when I do this, I'll try to do an even deeper dive into the lyrics as best as I can. I'm not no Knox Hill or anything, but just talk more about what they mean to me. And if you're all for that, let's start this song.
Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves.
With that little bit in the beginning, it used to bother me. I'm not a religious individual. I spent a good portion of my life denying. At this point, probably thanks to Ren and his music, I'm leaning more towards the agnostic side, where I could believe in God, but I don't think the church is doing anything that is God's work. A lot of what they preach, a lot of what they do is, not all of them, but the ones creating power, or the ones that are in power, making the rules or guidelines. If you know, stuff I've heard, like stuff actually coming from Jesus, does not sound like the stuff I'm hearing the so-called Christians and Catholics say. They are spreading hate. They are not following their faith. They are not. And I'm trying to be more positive about it because I made negative comments to my sister when she started posting more religious stuff because she don't know exactly when, a year or two, maybe longer, she found faith and it's helped her, and I should not have done that. I'm saying this to y'all before I say it to her, so I might send her a message before I post this, so this isn't the first way she hears it. But yeah, also the song, when he starts talking about his little sister, makes me think about mine. So, thank you, Ren, for helping me be more positive.
With the many pangs of greed.
Oh, sorry, I've been texting my sister this whole time, forgetting I recorded. Whoops! Oh man, almost done. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna leave this in just because it's real, and I don't edit, and I don't want to restart over. So sorry. I can't believe I did that. Actually, I kind of can. All right, I'm back. Sorry again. Hope y'all are still with me.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound of the dollar. False profit, preach profit, and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bitter pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary.
I like that little balance beam thing. It makes me think of when I was a kid and I would do stuff like that, which then kind of takes you into when he tells you the stories when he was a kid in just a couple of seconds.
What a shock when we lose.
And that line right there where he talks about the biggest bank robbers are the banks and the politicians, and then judiciary are horde. Yep. Facts, facts, facts. They don't want to help, they want to divide.
Sight of live and let live. Forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, with the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Ren. Born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mom and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture. Oh my god, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her, hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul. And there'll be times you feel the cup you're feeling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But listen up, my little sister, hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me. Because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous. Fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. Fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick.
Always inspiring. Always. Always genius in his lyrics. He I've never noticed the reflection right there. That's freaking cool. I've always paid attention to this bit here, not this little thing here. Going back through this, you notice it. Oh, yeah, stumbling words is a great way to go into about singing. But yeah, rewatching things multiple times, you always go deep dive into it. And yeah, but this whole bit right here, I just like, we need to basically say fuck it to all those things right there. Bullies, depression, people who don't treat you right, world that makes you feel small, the forces that divide us. We do need to stand tall. We do need to stand together. We are stronger together than we are divided, and that's why they want to divide us every possible way they can. It's sickening.
Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous. Fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. Fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes.
Another thing. Last time I was getting my groceries on my way home, I was at a stoplight and I was singing in my car to Ren, like I tend to do. People tend to say, "Oh, hi, Ren's not a playlist song or a song you can listen to repeat." I can. I do. There's not a song he does that you can't do. I can understand why some might not want to, but me, I don't see why you shouldn't. It's great. It may not be something you just sit there and dance to or whatever, but you know. But anyways, I was getting to this bit in the song where he's telling us to stand tall and whatnot, and I look over, there's a gentleman in his truck next to me. I thought he was trying to tell me to turn the music down, but he was like clapping, like, yeah, that's what we need to hear. It's kind of cool. I wonder if he went and found Ren after that because of it. That would be pretty cool. But yeah.
Fuck the jealous, fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. Fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mugged, punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend up, make war, make goals. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives, money both. Money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept, people are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, ayy. Money lies, money lies, money lies.
Facts. Double meaning, although he's using the word prophet like a prophet who speaks the future or a prophet of the Lord, whatnot. But also, when you look at it business wise, without us, the consumer, they don't make money, but yet they keep raising prices to ridiculous heights, keeping wages low, making it harder and harder and harder to live. Yeah. All right. So I learned from my last video, even though this one went pretty smoothly without any stumbling of the, or can't think of it right now. Refreshing of the song. So I'm just gonna pause it here, leave it here, and I'm gonna play the song on my phone like I did for Power, and I'm gonna sing. So if you do not want to hear me singing, you can leave now. If you stay and listen, thank you so much. You could give positive criticism in the comments. I'm open to that. I just don't want to hear negativity. Spread the positive, spread the love, everyone wins. That is my saying now. I don't know if I've heard it from someone or I just made it up. It just came to me one day and I'm rolling with it. I might even get it tattooed someday. Although there's a whole bunch of Ren lyrics I would love tattooed. I was like, I might have my body covered in Ren lyrics by the end of my journey here. But yeah. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to play it on my phone. Okay. Get a little drink.
Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into
I'm
the
not
world,
doing this
and we
part.
cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. But the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world.
Some have wandered
Forgot what I
away
was
from
doing
the
for a
path
second.
and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach prophet, and we follow. The scholar teaches us honor, that's a bitter to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shocker when you lose sight of live and let live. Wicked soul is made what's richer by the love that you live. And when you make it, so just make a live, and that's all there is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, well, you die with a grin. And digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. When the money ain't the means, but the means to the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars. Morals get bloody. Let me take a little story about a boy named Ren, born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh Inns. We might can have much, but mom and dad, they made enough to put our meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. Little sister fell into the picture. Oh my god, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life had a way of chipping away at the shoulder. Held her and I told her, hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the security of youth gets that's leaving you stripped. You'll know love is not enough, you're not a wolf for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up because it's bumpy as shit. You take advantage of the light in your soul. And you feel the cup, you're feeling leaking with holes. And you're not gonna get much darker. We all must grow old. Now listen up, my little sister. Hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind. Humankind are in need. Never ever let this world let you bitter like me. Cause this world needs love. And love it leaks from you, see? As this world needs light. You're the brightest I see. Singly wings have feathered more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorned me, but whatever. I was sickness of it together. Leaving excitement when I can never. Releasing of the pressure. We can shine till we can shine, and we can shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck the pressure, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous, fuck every man that made you feel less than a treasure. Fuck the forces that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall because money makes the world go round. Money makes a puce boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money gets a thing drug money blow. Money makes open case closed. Money bin law make war make ghosts. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives, money both. Money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept people attract. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fat. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, A. Money lies, money lies, money lies, A. A lot more stumbling through that one than I would have liked, but I'm going to keep it. I want it to be raw. Again, progression. And the whole talking about my sister and stuff kind of got me emotional and added to the stumbling. But yeah, I still enjoyed it. If y'all made it this far, I hope you did too. Man, can't believe I'm doing this way. Oh well, we'll see what happens. If again made it this far, thank you so much. Until next time, I am Grumpy Wolf. Share the love. Everybody wins. Grumpy Wolf out.